Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including 4-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfalla.
And Ray Alfalla is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR PK&F's iRacing Series.
3-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a 3-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare 2 laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.
Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the iGPFun Formula 3 series presented by Virtual Racing School. We are here at Phillip Island Circuit here for a wonderful day of Formula 3 action. I'm Austin Knight. I'm joined by Mark Barbonera, and you're here watching Apex Racing TV.
Yes, Austin, hello to you and hello to everyone. It's going to be fantastic today. Phillip Island track that is full of surprises and dangers for these drivers, but also there's a lot of space for side-by-side racing and action all throughout this beautiful up and down roller coaster of a racetrack. So I'm sure we are in for a very, very, very exciting night of racing.
We certainly are indeed in tune for a great day of racing, great night of racing here at Phillip Island. The sun is actually setting, so it's giving a good aura to the track. It's got a nice glow to it, and it's really making some of these cars pop right now. But everybody is doing very well. Just look at these times. First through 25th within 6/10 of each other. You don't get that anywhere else except for Phillip Island, because this track only has about 3 real opportunities to really get onto the brakes, to slow down and really finesse this car. It's mainly a motorcycle track, so it's very fast, very flowing, and very fun to watch some races here. The downforce on these cars is going to be not going to be that much of a challenge for these because they're going to be using much of it, except for on lap 1, turns 2, and that's mainly it. And then all of sector 2 through the S's are going to be very much where the downforce is going to be used. Then it's just all going to be it's all going to be a waiting game. Who's going to be in the draft for the longest and who's going to be pushing the car the hardest. So it's going to be very fun to watch to see how everybody tackles this event.
You know, Austin, despite turn 1 not being a big braking area, it actually works quite well with the draft, because basically you can then run side by side and then make the pass or defend from the pass at the hairpin. So it's really a very, very good racetrack for side by side racing, despite being not the most recent racetrack, so not very wide, but still, especially with these cars, the drivers have plenty of space to play around. And again, you also have to consider not only the other drivers are your opponents, but the racetrack itself. I mean, we had just seen Thiago Martó going down Lucky Heights, one of the most beautiful parts of the racetrack, and then this long, long final corner.
Left-hander.
Yeah, very easy to run wide, and no tarmac runoffs here. You make a mistake, you are in the wall or in the sea.
And if you're trying to warm up the tires, dip the wheel in the grass like Alessandro Dalladone just tried to do, you're really going to pay for it, and that is not part of Alessandro. All right, Alessandro just went down the escape road onto the old circuit. The old circuit having a hairpin right there. And they made that into the escape road, which, usually people try to slow down on, but in iRacing they don't have that in there. But coming to iRacing, I hope you're ready for this one. We got to see a little demonstration of the new rain model.
Yes.
Being worked on by Greg over the weekend during the 4 Hours of Charlotte. You excited for that?
I want to take a bit of credit for that, Austin, because 2 weeks ago, sorry, not 2 weeks ago, last Saturday, so during our broadcast of the 24 Hours of Spa, I made a wager with Sam Fitzpatrick on the air, and I told him that rain was going to be announced in 2022. So I think I put racing under pressure to announce it. Why? Exactly 1 week later they announced it. So I don't want to take
I think
credit.
Lost that bet. I think you lost that bet.
I mean,
you said announced in 2022.
Yes, but I put them under pressure.
This is technically the first time they've ever announced that they were working on.
I'm not saying that I won the bet. I just said that I put pressure on iRacing. And they didn't want me to win the bet, and so they said, no, we're going to... Because exactly 1 week later, to the minute, they announced it. It was... but yeah...
Inadvertently make a bet about how we want the updated F2 and F3 cars.
Austin, and as a big middle finger to all of us, of course, today in F1, they said, oh, you really want rain?
Hey, we'll give you rain for 1 lap. Oh, sorry, somebody went bowling. Guess you can't have any nice toys.
You know what they
and
say?
And then we had a 1-car standing start, which, that paid off in memes.
As they say, Austin, be careful what you wish for. But today, look at the name on the top of the table. We saw Martó spin during his fast lap a few seconds ago. That was his last attempt, and so unless Antonio Telles can pull off a miracle, which he won't because he's heading for pit road, Max Giacchino is getting, I think, his first ever pole position. So
I believe so, and it's just by a slimmest of slim margins. 18 thousandths of a second. Max Giacchino takes pole position at a QT Martó. Samuel Hermer in third, and the first 3 all within under a tenth of each other, followed by Victor Barris, Max Bartolota, Ben White, Alex Fournier, Nick Carty, Stuart Millen, Daryl Governor, Andy Flint, and Mark Lovely in 12th place. Following them in 13th, it's Zachary Beeson, Diego Detzenborn, Antonio Tellez, Zoltan Zomotor, Sonny Rosario, Robert Maritorana, Andrea Becchetti, Alessandro Dalladone, Chuck Morrow, Angelo Velas, Russell Kirkwood, and Alex Hopkins in 24th. Behind them, it's Massimiliano De Laurentiis, Reed Dennis, Clark Williams, Harley Lewis, Robert Ridgway, Patrick Rowlands, Adam Tausma, Will McIntyre, Richard Veen, Donnie Heineman, Martin Devine. At the end of the grid, without setting a time, it's Leonardo O'Cherry. Marco, 31 cars within a second of our pole sitter. I'm excited for this race. Everybody's so closely packed in pace. They're going to be even more closely packed on during the race due to the draft. Oh, sign me up. I hope everybody's ready. If you're sitting on your seat, get ready to strap yourself in. If you're standing up, sit down or stand up, because I can tell you, everybody, if this was a real-life event, they'd be standing room only from start to finish. Let's get ready to rock and roll. It's IGB Fun time here at Phillip Island as we go green, green, green. Giacchino gets a great start. Marto, followed by Hermer, Bartolotto, White, Fournier, Millen, and Barris. Looking all right down the inside, Samuel Hermer and QT Marto going side by side. Marto around the outside on Samuel Hermer. Hermer not going to be able to make that move right there. Giacchino leads them all in. And it's 2 by 2 they go. Well, 1 by 1 they go, and then 2 by 2 much after the top 10. And Marto is already looking for the move. Giacchino looks down to the inside. Here comes Marto looking on to the outside, heading into the braking zone. Here on lap 1. Can Marto make it around the outside? Giacchino sends it and defends hard. Giacchino makes that move and is able to defend from QT Marto. But Marto's right down there. We got a car out. That's Max Bartolotta off into the gravel.
Contact, I think, with Hermer, slight contact, and Bartolotta is in the gravel, and from 3rd, 4th, all the way down to 24th, maybe 25th right now, back to the lead.
Yeah, back to the lead. That was very unfortunate for Hermer and Bartolotta. I saw Hermer just, I think he was doing the same line that QT was doing, a little bit of lockup there from, well, every driver right there. I don't think anybody had a little puff of smoke. Cold tires, so you can't really push them that hard. But look at that draft. Marto on the gearbox right now as they go down the front straight. Marto looking down to the inside, and now it's going to look like a little bit of IndyCar action where they're going to swap places around each time. Marto takes the lead this time by, and Samuel Hermer's already nipping at the heels.
Oh, massive wreck!
Oh no!
Oh, and everyone seems to be able to avoid it. Oh, nope. Dalle donne.
There goes. Oh, nope.
Oh, and more crashing.
Get out of there. Get out of there. More chaos. Reed Dennis spinning around right there. Hermer and Giacchino making a pass as all this chaos is happening. Oh, man. Well, if you wanted to replay what happened in the Formula 1 race, that's what happened.
Everyone seems to be avoiding, and then Dalle Donne clipped the car, and then, you know, all hell broke loose, basically.
Everything just exploded into just nastiness. As we return back to live pictures now. Well, we never really left live pictures, but I can tell you we're probably going to be watching that replay for a while. Oh my goodness.
Oh, careful there. You see Victor Varris. He went 2 wheels on the gravel there as Marto is building a bit of a gap, and now Hermer has gone past Giacchino, as you were saying, but now Giacchino will come back at him for sure in turn 1.
Yeah, but Samuel Hermer is so aggressive into that hairpin during the break where he made that move. He's going to hold this off as much as he can because we know Samuel Hermer loves a fight. And he's looking down the inside. He doesn't even want to give it up for one corner. Hermer down the inside. And Giacchino tries to get the switch back on, but it's not going to pay off. And the more they fight, the more QT Marto is going to pull away from them.
I dare to go to a replay.
But I feel like the people want to see that. Because we got Velas, White, Ridgway, Millen, Brichetti, Divine, Dalladone, Diego Espana-Duane, Diogo in there, and Reed Dennis. All of them involved in that incident. Let's ride on board with Alessandro Daladone, and you see the smoke right there. Everyone, and Alessandro's trying to get to the right, but there's just a car on his right side, and then all heck breaks loose right here. Just cars start reacting to it, start slowing down. The exit of this turn just becomes a car park in a graveyard. Back to the live pictures. QT Marteau, 1.2 second gap to Hermer and Giacchino. Marteau doing everything he can, putting in the fast lap of the race. His two closest rivals battling amongst themselves, which is really going to be hurting them in the grand scheme of things and keeping their pace down. And they really need to work together, but it's so hard to work against QT Marteau being one of the fastest drivers in this series. Victor Barris in the draft of Alex Fournier. You see up ahead, side by side, they missed their braking point. That's Giacchino. There was a lapped car on the outside of the track. Giacchino looked down to the inside. I think he locked up, and they both went off track. And Giacchino, the pole sitter, falling down to 10th place.
See the replay?
Yeah, see that? Yeah, that's the lapped car up ahead. He's behind Hermer. Hermer diving down low. Ooh, that is just so late on the brakes.
That was Roberto Martorano, another Italian. So Italians not helping each other in this portion of the race, and of course the two teammates in this case, Giacchino and Bartolotta, both losing their top 5 spots after a mistake.
Yeah, and a little mistake right here. Alex Fournier getting into the grass off the exit and right on a Victor Barris up onto the inside. Already onto the inside through that corner, and Victor Barris goes up and into third, followed by Fournier and Governor looking to make some moves.
Govender is having a fantastic race, probably his best in iGPFun in quite a while. Same for Barris, who I don't think ever got to the podium. These guys have a great chance.
Here comes Governor, the South African, looking to make a very good move for 4th place. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers? It's going to be Fournier sending up the inside. The Canadian still sitting in 4th. And look at this top 7. 7 different places, 7 different countries.
Of course, Daryl Govender, our second favorite South African after Dane Bird.
First time I realized that Dane's actually South African.
Born in Australia. Oh, come on. Of course you know he's South African. Remember when we did the broadcast together of the South African Supercar Championship, where we were making all the mistakes?
And that's a jinx.
Jinxed him. And Dane came and said, "Oh, guys, you are messing every pronunciation."
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Poor Daryl Govender, 2 wheels on the grass there.
Oh, he had such a good start too. He was up, oh man, he had a great start. He made up a lot of positions, but just a little bit too wide, dipped 2 wheels, and around he went. And that's a mistake that you rarely see here. Well, that promotes Mark Lovely up into 5th.
Chuck Mauro is battling hard with Antonio Jimenez Tejes and Zoltan Zomotor. Here this is a fight for P10. Yesterday good showing from Chuck Mauro, I think 3rd in race 3, the Apex Academy Championship. And in front of them you see Max Joaquin on the comeback trail in the gearbox of Zachary Bison. Here we go, on the inside goes the Italian contact!
Andy Foote just turned left randomly. Did he get onto the...
Oh man, so apologies to, of course, it was Andy Flint. My apologies.
Was that...
It was weird.
Right there?
Let's see.
I feel like there might have been a bit of netcode because Andy Foote turned...
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Netcode, yeah. Unfortunate. I said Zachary Bison, of course it was It was Andy Flint. Apologies to Zachary Bison as Chuck Mauro side by side with Antonio Jimenez-Tellez.
That is almost the collision right there between the back of Mauro and the front of Tellez. And Tellez now looking hungry. He's on the inside of Chuck. Chuck's on the outside. He's got the draft of Sonny Rosario up ahead. He's not going to be able to chop the nose right here. He's going to be defending onto the inside. Chuck sending it into the braking zone. And Tellez stays in 9th place, but Zoltan Zomotor slowly making their way up there. And behind them is Clark Williams. And Clark Williams, one of the drivers who's in the double digits of overtakes, up 16 spots from where they started.
And Leonard, of course, Leonard Cherry is plus 21. And speaking of drivers who are looking angry, sorry, here's Mark Lewey.
That is a horrible pun.
It's a Sam Fitzpatrick level pun.
That's beyond Sam. There's Sam, and then there's that.
After this brief moment of like the temperature went below freezing after that pan, back to some hot action on the racetrack with Rosario, Mauro, Tellez and Zomotor, and behind them Leonard Cherry. He has just gone past Adam Talsma. This is for P number 15. Talsma, very very quick driver. Govender behind him on a compact trade. Here comes Tellez on the inside of no, it's Zomotor on his outside actually, and contact in the back. I hear some iRacing. Oh, Daryl, no, we have completely jinxed this race.
Governor is not having the best rest of this race, and hopefully everything gets back ready for them. But we got a good fight between Tellez and Zomotor. Zomotor onto the inside. Tellez around the outside, side by side they go over the crest and into the hairpin. Big send into there by Adam Tellez. Antonio Tellez, not Adam. I thought that was Adam Talsma, I guess. Okay, you and I are both losing our minds right now, but Tellez staying ahead of Zoltan Zomotor. Zomotor in the draft of Tellez. It's a drag race right now across the line. Here comes Zoltan down to the inside. Side by side they go. Zoltan Zomotor is going to retake 9th place. And when you're in a fight like this and you're swapping you're swapping spots constantly with the car ahead and behind you, especially in a drag race, it's really intense. And you kind of want to think to yourself, is it beneficial to swap cars like this, or is it, or if you know the guy ahead of you is faster on pace, should you just stay behind him and see if you can catch up to the group ahead? Because if you keep swapping and battling, the cars behind you might catch you.
I mean, in a perfect world, Austin, you know, you should, you know, work with your rivals, but we are racing drivers, virtual or real, you know, so we are not famous for being smart once the green flag drops, you know. So it's usually but I mean, this track invites you, you know, to make these continuous attempts at overtakes. Again, just like Hockenheim, when you can really run side by side for quite a lot of time. Speaking of news on iRacing, of course, I don't know if you saw that, but they dropped a screenshot of Hungaroring today during the red flag.
Yeah, and the caption was hilarious. I don't know if they've upped their meme game, but soon you can send it easy into turn 1. They were on point this morning.
Have you seen the new, apparently, hill climb direction of iRacing? I want
Washington.
I want Pikes Peak at this point, you know.
Yeah, Pikes Peak is definitely, and but Mount Washington. I'm gonna love to see how they implement that into iRacing, because I don't know if you've ever seen Mount Washington or been. I definitely never been there, but I've been there. and it's such a beautiful place.
I've watched some videos a few years ago about that hill climb. I especially want to know how much of a tolerance there will be before you are set into the Shadow Realm when you inevitably, in my case, go off the track.
Well, I can tell you, it's gonna be a little bit of a, it's gonna be a bit of a crazy thing, but it is very, very fun. I feel like the way that they're going to implement it is just like a open qualifying session or something. Just you go and the fastest time wins. I don't think it's going to be like an official session, and if it is, it will pretty much take like the official session time, especially of like a Skippy, which I would love to see that thing struggle up there.
Do you know
the
that
Formula V could definitely go up there?
Do you know that in Italy, it is not uncommon in the Italian Hill Climb Championship, and to an extent into the European Hill Climb Championship, it is not uncommon to see Formula 3000 cars of old.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the FIA Hill Climbs. They're insane.
I can't imagine something more dangerous than driving an open wheel car on a hill climb where the barriers are the guardrails you have on the road, with no protection whatsoever to your head. I don't even want to think about, you know, because the way the guardrails are built on a public road, they make, you know, they are perfect for the nose of the car to go under and then for your head to smack onto the guardrail, in the best of hypotheses, to smack your head. If not, it's even worse, you know. You might be a bit shorter, you know, if you hit it the wrong way at the end of the thing. So, but apparently it's all good. It started in the late 90s. They started bringing these F3000 cars and F3 and whatever to the hill climbs in Italy, and they've stuck ever since.
Yeah, it's been a very good. The FIA Hill Climb Unlimited series is very, very cool, and there's some great videos of just drivers just chunking these single-seaters up the road, and they got tire warmers and everything, because hill climb rules are extremely lax, especially if you see the Pikes Peak rulebook.
Yeah, Pikes Peak, I was about to say
the Pikes Peak rulebook is, you pay the entry fee, alright, your car got 4 wheels, okay, you're good.
No, yeah, the unlimited class in Pikes Peak is absolutely amazing.
Nuts. And the best part about Mount Washington coming, it's mixed surface, so you rallycross pros are really going to be trashing some people there.
Oh, listen to the slide of Zoltan Zomotor tires there at the very beginning of the corner. We are about to enter lap 13 for these drivers. The leader, of course.
It's going to be heating up his tires. Speaking of heating things up, let's check out the weather right now. 19 degrees on track.
It's very cold.
Yeah, it's very cold. And the sun's going down, so it's no chance of it heating up. We got a brisk wind going on right now. About northwest, it looks like.
Of course, I was confused for a second, then I realized that we are in the middle of winter, so...
This is true, it's August 1st.
I was very confused why this, very cold temperature, and the sun is already basically down almost, so...
Yeah.
I mean, it won't be like Spa the other week, where we had...
Oh no!
Stadium lights were on the old pit road.
Yeah, we don't have stadium lights here, but I believe everyone will be able to see. It's just they'll be joining the Penguins after this race.
Remember the test is the visors. They are still dark, but the moment that the visors become transparent, we are in night mode officially.
This is true. That sun's getting dangerously low as we ride on board Zoltan Zomotor. Much cleaner through that corner this time, and he's right on the money of Sonny Rosario. And here comes Zoltan down the inside, drag racing style. Zoltan Zomotor up into 7th.
And look at this train of cars here: Tejas, Carty, Williamson, Kirkwood, and then Talisman and Cherry. They have been battling for the last 3 or 4 laps now. But they have stopped making progress. Cherry was plus 21, now plus 20. And he was on a good comeback trail, Austin, but he has basically stopped because of this hard fight with Adam for P15. In the lead, it's Thiago Marton. You see him now. 2.5 seconds over Ermer. And Victor Barris, again, if I'm not mistaken, this would be his first ever podium in the IGP Championship. So he's absolutely...
that Victor's been having.
I mean, I have to say, he has really surprised me today, because he's been always there or thereabouts. And then tonight, probably good feeling with the track, is really...
And luck.
You know, yeah, a bit of luck. That is never anything you want to discount, as we saw today, you know. But yeah, you know, he's having a good race, and so far so good. He's got a bit of an advantage over the rookie Alex Fournier, the other rookie Mark Lovey in P5, and Clark Williams making the pass on Nick Carty. So the 98 goes past 76, with Russell Kirkwood waiting in the wings in his car that doesn't have a livery, but the racing default livery he has looks like one of those ice cream sweet in the summer. And we have a crash.
Yeah, that's McIntyre off in the gravel.
I tell you what, Austin, McIntyre is back, and Daryl Govender again, unfortunately.
Same corner too.
Yeah, let's see the replays. So this is McIntyre. He was minding his own business.
Oh, that's just a wiggle off the exit. Too much mustard, overcorrection, and well, he's getting some extra. He's getting some extra sparkles onto that very elaborate paint. He's got the UK Austrian split paint, and this is Governor just
no, Austin,
too much
that was
steering angle into there.
That was last season's paint pack. I need to update to season 3 paint pack. Or you're using trading paints, which would be even worse, of course.
I'm looking at the same paints you are. Oh, off! Go, Zoltan Zellbutter! We kept that on the wall, though. I think he's really fighting that car. He might have clipped the wheel just a tad bit. Oh, that was so close. Williams sending it up the inside into 9th place.
Sorry, can we go back to Will McIntyre? This is not the livery he had last year, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Because I'm looking at the same paint that you are, on the broadcast too.
This looks like us livery, but with more Russia on it.
It looks like a Haas livery with more Austria on it. Because it's the UK on the right side and Austria flag on the left. As we're back with Clark Williams ahead of Tellez and Carty. And here's Adam Talisman in the Metallica car, looking up the inside of Zoltan Zellbutter. They're going to be side by side. It's going to be a drag race. Talisman, I think he lifted off there. Just let him by. They don't want to be on the inside. Looking for that exit speed and try to send it up the inside right here, heading into this hairpin.
And Tasma has dropped Cherry, so now he's got only P14 to focus. Here we go on the inside.
Whoa, that was a late look at Zoltan Zellbutter lighting up the tires just a little bit of a lockups. And Victor Barris, last race at Spa, you know how he just stopped randomly and pulled away? Well, apparently his girlfriend, he had to do a Charles Leclerc and stop in the middle of the race because his girlfriend didn't have the keys with her, and he needed to let her in.
Oh man, I know your pain.
Oh, we've all been there, but you know, this is just a game in all the others, and I'm going to be shunned for saying this, but it's not a game, it's a simulation. But
it's a service.
You know,
iRacing is a service.
Service. Simulation service.
We have a joke that doesn't really work in English, but amongst me and our friends, we say, I'm not simulating, I'm servicing. We are on iRacing.
That doesn't work in English, right? Williams stuck on the outside. Tella's up onto the inside. Tella's sending it around the outside of that. And Antonio Tella's up into 9th.
Say hello to the Stream Elements bot that realized finally that we are live. 18 laps into the race, finally showed up.
Yeah, and you can use all these commands, you know, find out everything you want to know. Apex Racing TV, talk to some viewers, or if you're in a race and you get it onto the podium type exclamation point Discord, like I'm doing right now, and you can find a lot of stuff about who's a broadcaster with this, the Discord that I completely, it just doesn't work sometimes. But yeah, live timing. All that stuff and information, it'll all available in our Stream Elements Discord.
Yeah, the broadcaster command is incredibly vague, I can tell you.
That is true.
Zomotor and De Laurentiis. De Laurentiis has to watch his back because Talsma is calling for him. And we had a problem for Andy Flint, unfortunately. We'll get to a replay as soon as we can.
But Talsma, he is looking like he wants to ride the lightning right now. He's just taking it very cautiously around the outside, looking for that switchback move. He's made up a little ground right here. And Laurentis, oh, I think he might be shaking a little bit. He does have Zoltan just ahead, but right on that gearbox is Adam Talsma.
You see they are exchanging pleasantries, moving left, right and center, trying to get the better lane possible. Marteau 22, 138. That is the fastest lap of the race. See what happened quickly to Andy Flint before they go side by side on the front stretch. Oh, I think I know what happened, Austin.
Lock up. Missed breaker point.
The whole 9 yards. I did everything. Unfortunately.
He did everything. Unfortunately, not the good everything. As this is Laurentiis holding on to the outside of Talsma. Talsma on the inside. Now Talsma's on the outside. He's way up there. That track is cambered slightly to help on that outside line. And it looks like Talsma's got the run. Ooh, getting a little argy-bargy right there. Elbows coming out. Talsma, Laurentiis, side by side, hard onto the brakes. Talsma goes onto the inside now. Ooh, a little bit of switchback, but Adam Talsma. Wonderful lap fight with Laurentiis, gets up into 14th.
Great move there. Let's check back with Chuck Mauro as he's attacking a lapped car. Antonio Telles still with Clark Williams, and a little bit of a moment there for Antonio there on the top of the hill, going down, a little bit of a wiggle. Still managing traffic. That should be Donny Heinemann, right? Yes, the new driver of the series, one lap down together with Dennis Martorana and Stuart Milne.
Yeah, this is, and as they're trying to chase down Heinemann, oh, he's letting him by around the outside, but woohoo, that is a very tight place to let everyone behind you by. As Telles making some ground on Williams, and woo, contact! Laurentiis and Talsma make contact this time. I think Talsma was on the inside, And Laurentis didn't give room. I wasn't expecting Talisman to be there. We see Talisman on the outside right here. Then there's a that's just a lot of netcode, but a lot of closing speed. Laurentis, I think, had a little bit of slide, and Talisman just closed in on him.
And this is a few meters in front of them. As that was happening, I think Kirkwood made the mistake, traditional mistake at the hairpin, too much mustard.
But too little mustard on the brakes, and just rolled off in there, missed the braking point. No lockup that I can see from that. Oh, and off is Richard Van Veen in the hairpin. Too much mustard off the exit there.
I should...
And Zomotor's off.
Interesting line there by Zoltan.
Hey, you know when he got you know when you're doing your own thing, he was just helping out the landscaping because he got a lot of grass right here. Off is Chuck Morrow, and it's all kicking off the track right now as everyone's tires have just decided they lost the will to live.
I mean, this shot that we had looked like a bit from the Lion King with the sun behind the tree, the sky being orange, and the grass. You know, Austin, there is no such thing as too much Vegemite, but we can say too much Vegemite, of course, being that we are down under.
This is true, but I feel like we would be going into some risky territory.
I mean, no. I say this: if you don't like Vegemite, and I say this to the people at home watching, you are not my friend. Vegemite is the food of the gods. Thank you, Australia, for giving the world Vegemite.
I've never had Vegemite, so I'm still your friend. You said you don't like Vegemite. I've never had it, therefore I can't not know.
That was a bit of net code contact, I think, because I saw the front of Bartolotta's car getting, sent up in the air. He got a little puff
of smoke as well, so I feel like the front left of his car had a little bit of a ding, but no damage that I can see yet. Weather is still at 19 degrees, and Adam Talisman is heading into the pits, and well, I'm expecting they did because their car is a little bit beat up. Yeah, the front right's beat up. The nose is a bit scuffed. I think the rear wings being a bit Italian right there. So a lot of repairs needed on that Scuderia car.
Cherry and Zomotor battling it out.
Zoltan had a great exit there. Cherry kind of stalled out mid-corner. And so Zomotor trying to hunt him down, make sure he's within range of that draft for that final corner.
And Bartolotta, not his night. Absolutely not his night. A big speed. Again, Jesse set Giacchino set the fastest lap of the race, I think. Last time around.
Set the fastest lap of the race.
And now Hermer, yeah.
1:22.096. The times are falling right now. Who's going to be first into the 119s? Oh, this fight is absolutely crazy. Cherry, Zomotor, almost sliding the way around the final corner. Now they're in a drag race right now. Chuck Morrow has a great show ahead. Who's going to be going into turn one as the leader? They're still side by side. And it's going to be O'Cherry leading out Zomotor.
Look at that shot again with the sun behind the trees. Really, look at if you ignore for a second. There are some shots that make you think Lion King. You know, I don't know.
Well, some of these drivers might be thinking Lion King. Some of these drivers might just be fighting for their lives right now. But one driver who's singing Hakuna Matata right now is QT Marteau. 4 seconds in the lead.
I was thinking about other songs, but whatever. There is Russell Kirkwood in the gravel there. I was about to ask you if you could feel the love tonight, Austin, but yeah, I guess we can.
That doesn't really work. That doesn't really work in a racing situation.
I mean, we can say no. If two drivers are having some argy-bargy, they are, in reality, expressing their love to each other.
This is also true, but they're also just trying to be prepared for a big old war.
being said, I can settle for Hakuna Matata, as here we go once again. Cherry and Zomotor, they have been doing this for the past 3 or 4 laps. Let's go back to the TV2 camera so we can see the sun behind the trees shot again.
And Cherry and Zomotor still side by side in a big old fight. Oh man, that Zoltas Zomotor holding it down the inside of Cherry. Right in that gearbox right now, trying to get back into the top 11. Cherry, can he hold it around the outside? A little bit of instability in the braking zone. Those red wheel covers making it look like his brakes were glowing red hot right there. And oh man, Zoltas Zomotor held that on the inside. Cherry tried to send it around the outside, unable to make it work.
Going up the hill as Martot 22.0 is getting ready for the 21.9, I think.
Yeah, someone says he just can't wait to be king and get the first 119. Yeah, 121, not 119. Here comes Chuck Morrow.
Ooh, careful, please.
Oh no, Cherry. Careful, please. Chuck Morrow's getting a little feisty.
That's what reads on the rear wing of the Norwegian driver's car. On the outside is Chuck Mauro. We lost him. Where is he? Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's on the inside. And now Chuck Morrow has had enough of the popcorn, wants to get into the fight, and he's definitely making himself known right now.
By the way, Chuck Mauro is absolutely due to give us an audiobook where he reads a random book, or better yet, an ASMR channel. I don't know if you ever heard his voice. He is incredibly soothing. So Chuck Mauro ASMR channel gets my vote.
I second Chuck Morrow ASMR video, and I kind of want to be probably the longest question in F1. Do they still have that on the back of their cars?
I'll check with you in a second. Need to check in a second. Yes.
Yes. All right, Chuck, you owe me this.
The sun was, the sea was bright and it's turning now almost black due to the sun going down, as Kirkwood on the outside of Max Bartolotta. Let's not forget.
Little hit right there. Well, not a little. That was a big old punt, and Kirkwood's off in the gravel, and that might also be front wing damage for Max.
Let's go to the chopper. Maybe we have a better idea, but yeah. I think that the Italian driver went for a move a bit too risky there, yeah, I mean.
That was a reverse netcode. He was inside of him.
Yes, and unfortunately, that was... seems like Bartolotta's car is okay. Let's see if we get a multi-21 here with Giacchino. Remember, Bartolotta minus 11, Giacchino minus 16.
Both of them have not a good race. I don't think we're going to be seeing a multi-428.
We had both of these drivers in the top 4 to begin the race, and now look where they are. In the meantime, Leonard Cherry on the outside, Chuck Mauro on the inside. I am shocked that they are still not going to the nighttime visors. The sun is extremely low.
Nope, they just switched right now. The visors
there we
have
go.
switched.
Yes.
Right as he said it. And there goes Chuck Morrow on the outside of O'Cherry. Side by side they go, and keep going on as Kirkwood is in the pits, and
he's probably going to be wanting to forget Phillip Island and go on to the next race. Did he just... He's got a damaged wing.
Oh!
Yep, just lost it, and I think he's towing and going on to the next track. And, you know, sometimes that's just a circle of life of a racing driver.
Thiago Marteau has got a bit of fans in the chat, a few fans in the chat, and so we need to show him, you know, and he's got 4 laps to go in this race, and he's leading by 4.1 seconds here at Phillip Island in Australia, with Samuel Ermer in 2nd place and Victor Varris sitting in 3rd. Now, if memory serves me right, we should have Montreal next week, but don't quote me on that.
Well, you know, I'm going to quote you on that, and I'm going to, well, I'm gonna see what actually is next week here in the iGPFun Formula 3 series. Next week it is Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Ooh. And also during next week, I think we're gonna have to find a theme for dropping random puns, because I've just went through all the Lion King song names, and well, we went through all of them. I know you got Can You Feel the Love Tonight, and I just did the rest 4.
Well, the theme for next week will absolutely be ice hockey puns, you know, so...
Oh,
given that we are in Canada.
This is true.
Let's go on board with the Jamaican Nick Carty.
Yeah, I think Nick's going to have a good view right here. Is in the draft of Clark Wood. I thought Williams was going to let him by right there. That was a very aggressive move down the inside. The Williams dropped off speed, but no.
Man, look at you look at the sea. The distance is so black. It looks like we are heading for a trip to Mordor, you know.
Well, that's a little bit west of here, a little bit east of here actually. And big onto the brakes goes Nick Carty. So they continue to race along with each other. Chuck Morrow defending on the inside of O'Cherry for 12th. Just a few more laps. 2 laps to go. 1:22.04 for QT Barto as Max Bartolotta is off in the grass. Too much mustard off the exit of the hairpin.
Let's see the replay. He was a fair way behind his teammate and the other battling cars. Oh, but the car went wide and they made contact.
That was too much mustard. That was a little bit of a tap.
That was Donny Heinemann. Yes, the number 64 car.
I am
careful.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to mute myself.
As we have this final lap and a half of the race. It has been excitement all the way through. Bit of contact there between Mauro and Leonard Cherry as they're still battling it out. The top 3 positions, let's say top 5 positions, have been pretty much set in stone for quite a few laps now, but these guys here in the midfield are absolutely battling it out and have done so throughout the race. Still the no speed for Leonard Cherry is around, and that's it in his battle with Chuck Mauro. As also we have Patrick Rowlands in the gravel as the white flag drops. Sarela Blanca here in Phillip Island. Let's see once again the mistake for Patrick Rowlands. He went around, no, went too much on the inside. That's maybe was moving out of the way, went on the embankment. Maybe hardware failure, maybe not. No, yeah, that car is not steering, so something fishy happened to his car. But let's give some love to our race leader. Thiago Marteau, absolutely fantastic performance today.
Yeah, absolutely perfect race for QT Marteau. Nothing went wrong. It has been perfection from start all the way to finish. 2 corners to go. Well, 1 corner to go, then 1 extremely long corner. And QT Marteau, 4.5 seconds, is about to take another checkered flag for him in that blue 22.
There it is, Marteau, great victory for him, absolutely fantastic, riding in the sunset. Hermer second, and congratulations to Victor Varris. 3rd place, first ever podium for him. Another sensational race by the 2 rookies, Fournier and Levey. Fantastic stuff from both of them. Should be Bison, Rosario, Teyes, Carti, and rounding up your top 10 will be Clark Williams. Austin, what a race, and as I was saying, the midfield especially provided us with some extremely interesting action.
It really was a very interesting race from start to finish. The midfield was absolutely on fire through this. A little bit spread out at times, but man, when the last 10 laps were just so many incidents happening with people's tires just letting out from under them. Even on a cold day, these tires on a race like this could get abused so hard.
Who do we have left? We have Veloz, Talsma, and Andy Flint, and then we should have everyone home safe and sound. For what was...
It's just those 2 drivers left, and man, what a beautiful day it was here. Beautiful sunset race here in Australia, and a beautiful sunset just to watch some good old-fashioned racing as Andy Flint comes in. QT Marteau completes his victory lap and doesn't forget the procedure to pull into the pit lane and not cross the finish line, and hopefully he has 1 liter of fuel left in his car.
Oh man, that was that is very sad, but also true. Thankfully in iRacing the technical verifications are done straight away by the sim. But on that note,
paid off by a certain team. I'm not saying.
On that note, the results that we have here tonight. So Thiago Marteau is your winner in front of Samuel Hermer and Victor Varris. Alex Fournier and Marc Levey for Pannon Racing. I think his teammate Ferenc was the one that was chatting with us in the chat. Zachary Bison, Sonny Rosario, Antonio Teyes, Nick Carty, Clark Williams, Zoltan Zomotor, Chuck Mauro, Daryl Commander, Runner Cherry, Max Giacchino, what could have been for him, Will McIntyre, Max Bartolotta, what could have been for him, is a common team amongst the Italians in this race today. And then we have Massimo De Laurentiis, Alex Hopkins, Angelo Veloz, Adam Talsma, Andy Flint, Ben White, Stuart Mill, Donny Heinemann in his debut, well up down, Reed Dennis, Patrick Rowlands, Richard Van Veen in 28th. And then we have Roberto Martorana and Russell Kirkwood. And then I suspect the retirees that were Harley Lewis, Robert Ridgway, Diogo Dettenborn, Alessandro Daredonne, Andrea Brachetti, and Martin Devine. Austin, another very, very long race, just like the one we had at Spa. Leaves us just a few minutes for the final considerations and maybe a little bit of a preview of what we can expect at Montreal. But before we go there, let me just tell you that if you want more racing action, and of course you should want more racing action because racing is awesome, we have another broadcast coming your way at midnight GMT. Midnight 15 GMT, apologies, is the XSLR Racing League, the don't remember what the S stands for, League Racing. Basically, it's going to be the last round of their GT3 part of the championship, and then next week we start racing with the 305's wing sprint cars. So absolutely, if you want to watch that, some more GT3 action, you absolutely want to be there. Austin, fantastic race today once again. What can we expect from Canada next week?
Canada is going to be giving us some amazing action from start to finish. Also a little bit of a drafting track. So many straights, but also Sector 1. It's got that tight complex. They got very close walls. Here we had walls that did not forgive track limits. Well, the track limits at Canada are also not forgiving, as well as the curbs. It's going to be a very tight race from start to finish, and a mistake from some of our top drivers might happen because it's got that famous Wall of Champions final chicane. It's going to be an absolute doozy next week here for the iGPFun Formula 3 series presented by Virtual Racing School. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Apex Racing TV. I've been joined by Marco Barbanera. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night.